Hi everyone, Mrs. Jung here.
Hey everyone.
Mr. Jung here.
Over here.
Yep. We're going to be reading Suri Soars Sky High today. Suri the eagle. All right. Suri was practicing his form while Master Jung-soo watched. He remembered every move, but just like each time he had done it before, Suri was moving way too fast.
That's my problem.
I believe it. Master Jung-soo said, "I know that you know the moves, Suri, but you should take your time and enjoy doing them." "Yes, Master Jung-soo," replied Suri, even though he really didn't know what that meant. He was very proud of himself for being able to do his form faster than anyone else. Suri wasn't the biggest in the class, he wasn't the strongest, and he wasn't the funniest. He didn't have the best technique either. That was Cheery. She was awesome. She had the best jump front kick ever. She jumped so high, it looked like she could hang up in the air and kick forever. The only thing Suri thought he did better than anyone else was the way he always finished first. Sure, it meant rushing a little, and maybe it was a little sloppy, but he finished first. After class, Suri walked over to his gear bag and, as always, saw Cheery practicing her jump front kick. He said, "That is so cool. I wish I could do it like that." Cheery smiled and said, "Why don't you come out here and practice with me?" Suri hopped back onto the mat and said, "Sure, I can do that kick really fast." Suri jumped in the air, though he didn't go that high. He threw out his legs and then landed so fast it was hard to see any real kick. Cheery said, "That was kind of fast. If you slow down, you'll get more power, and then it would be a really good kick." "But I can't do it like you," Suri said. "I have these short little legs, and balancing is hard. But if I go fast," he does the kick again, "I can do the whole thing." Cheery looked at him and said, "But if you're not at least trying to do every part of the kick the best you can, then you're not really doing the kick at all." Then Cheery did the jump kick again, and it looked just as awesome. "Is that what makes it look so good?" asked Suri. "Sure is," said Cheery. "But you can have all the ingredients for a cake, but if you rush through baking it, it won't be a cake. It would be a mess." Suri laughed. "The only thing I like better than kicking is cake. Can you show me how you practice?" They practiced together, first jumping, then the parts of the kick: chamber, extension, rechamber, and the landing. They worked on focus, hitting the target, and follow through. Suri thought there were so many things he was missing when he just tried to do it fast. "Now let's put it all together and see what happens," Cheery said. Suri agreed, took a deep breath, and tried to do the jump front kick. He took his time and tried to put it all together. "That was great," Cheery said. She was right. It did feel stronger. Suri thought, but he replied with disappointment, "It's still not like yours." Cheery smiled and said, "It never will be. We're different. You can do things I can." "Really?" said Suri. "Like what?" "Well, the next time you jump, how many kicks do you think you can do if you flap your wings?" "Wow, I never thought of that," yelled Suri. "We have to try that." And Suri and Cheery practiced and laughed like good friends do. There's a little glossary. So it has Suri means eagle, technique, how physical movements are used, a kick, a motion or hit with a foot, chamber, to hold locked in a ready position, extension, the act of stretching or straightening out. So some things to talk about. So Suri thought doing something fast always meant he was doing it right. Have you ever done something too fast but didn't do it right?
I think a lot of times when we start off learning something, sometimes we want to rush through it just to get it done with or show we know it. And sometimes the most important thing is to go back and slow things down.
Cheery offered to help Suri practice his kicks. Why is it important for friends to help one another?
Have you guys ever had a friend that needed help? And have you ever needed help from a friend?
Suri was still sad his kicks weren't just like Cheery's. What did she tell him to make him feel better?
I think she told him about how each one of us is different and each one of us has our own strengths. So I think that's really good advice because every one of us is good at something different than somebody else.
True. All right, you guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed our story time today. Suri Soars Sky High, and we'll see you next week.